block, around the clock. We're gonna rock the dreams you give if the streets could talk. Wanna be somebody, be a contender. Gotta reach for the sky. If you want it, fight for it, or kiss it goodbye. It's make it or break it. Try to survive. Don't ever say never. Keep your dream alive. Around the clock, we're gonna rock the rhythm of the beat. Down the block.
A little extra there at the end, Ronnie. I like that.
Yeah, I had to take it through the Patreon and the membership page thing now, and it was ending so abruptly. I wanted, maybe we'll just play the whole song from now on. Just there's got to be like a music video of that. I love that song. I know it's like dorky to say you like your own theme song, but that song makes me smile every time. He's Blake. I'm Ronnie. All the good names are taken. Podcast. We're back until the internet goes out. Funny story about that here in a second. Tonight, the first time ever, Blake, that we went live with our Friday the 13th videos, because it's our mission to bring Friday the 13th, a movie, not a series, back to the fans because they deserve it.
Not sure if this is our first live Friday video, Ronnie. I think we did one before.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Do this.
God.
No, it's not working.
Son of a bitch.
While he's doing that, guys, hey, there he is. He's back. Let's talk about Wednesday. So first off, Blake, I will apologize for Wednesday and us postponing the Mac and Me live stream until next week, because you, for the longest time, have been telling me I need to get new internet. I need to get new internet. I need to get internet. So the internet finally just went boom.
Yeah.
I think it was on its last legs when it gave us that last live stream. It's the weirdest thing, dude, because during the day I've got perfect signal, but the minute it goes dark, it's like it just shuts down for the rest of the night. So we were getting one bar on mine, and we did a test, and everything while we were testing was coming along great. And then all of a sudden it was like, I watched it back and I was like, there's no way we can ruin the Mac and Me live stream with a bad feed. So that's on me. I'm sorry. So what did I do? I called and got new internet. It's supposed to be coming to get hooked up then, I guess in the next week and a half, who knows?
Look at you.
Yeah.
That's a big deal for you.
Yeah. I don't like change. I've been with Xfinity for over a decade, and I'd love to stay with Xfinity, but it's apparently impossible to get a human being on the phone with Xfinity. So me and this automated voice were talking, and I was just like, you know what? Screw this. So Blake, after I've called and I've set up the appointment to get new internet, I'm laying in bed and it comes to me. I have a Wi-Fi extender. They recommended I put it halfway through the house. What if I move the Wi-Fi extender into the podcast room right here? So I plugged the Wi-Fi extender into the podcast room, and now I have perfect signal. It may go out in 5 minutes. If it does, guys, let me go ahead and preface all of this right now before we go to the chat. If we start getting bad signal, we're not going to stay on like Nick Push and act like it's not happening. We're going to bail. Just like if somebody wants to come through the theater with a gun while we're in there, I'm running out the side door. I'm not going to try to be a hero. I'm out of there. So as minute it starts, Max headroom in it, we're out of here. So,
what an example you just used.
You like that? I saw Wayne's World. Blake, how's everything going with you? How's your week? How's your life?
I'm back from vacation and I feel fantastic.
You look fantastic. How's the pink eye?
Pink eye, I would say we're at 91%. We're on the well on the road to recovery.
92%, yo?
92%, yo.
Vacation.
Yeah, and it was one of them vacations, Ronnie, where everybody's like, I need a vacation. I didn't realize how much I needed one until I got back. Like, it wasn't one of those where I'm sad it's over. Like, I'm well rested. I had a really good 4 days in Missouri. Branson, Missouri is very fun. Theme park. We pulled a Griswold though, Ronnie. We drove all the way there, and they told us the rides were closed at the theme park, so I had to pull out the BB gun. But we went to the Dixie Stampede. Have you ever done that?
No, never done the Dixie Stampede.
Well, it's like a Dolly Parton theme, rodeo. You got a bunch of flat-chested cowgirls and a bunch of big dick cowboys riding around, and it's a really good show, and they serve really good food. It was really fun. I got to see my son perform in a theater. We got to go to the amusement parks. We got to go on a cruise ship that had to stay docked because the weather was so bad it couldn't leave the port or whatever. But it was a really relaxing vacation. The only thing that sucked was the 9-hour drive there and 9-hour drive back.
Update. I'm already getting the bar thing. So if I go quiet, you just pick up the slack. Who's all in the chat, Blake? How many people we got in the chat?
Oh, gosh. I think we're up to 200 tonight. I see the one and only Chris Fantazzi. He says, I hear you guys are calling me the magician. Ronnie, did you call him a magician?
I said his name sounds like he's a magician. I did say that. Our man, a membership guy, Michael Dammit. Hello, all. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Big fan of Mike. I follow Mike on Twitter now, too.
What's Mike like on Twitter? Do you like he is here in the chat room?
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Allie is here. Hey, Allie, the intro's great. Happy Friday.
Thank you, Allie. Just
buffer and move on, according to Nick. This is Michael saying that Mac and Me ruins itself. Come on, Michael. What's the matter with you? Halloween movie collector. What's up, guys? How was vacation? Blake's already told us. All right.
I was so bummed. The Halloween, like Pat and those guys went live to do a live watch along of Halloween 2, and I missed it. I was so disappointed.
Jake Blaster, y'all go subscribe to Jake's channel. What's up, Jake?
What's up, Jake?
Look, let's go back to the Halloween movie collector for a second, because what's his name? It's Brett and
you got Brett, Pat, and Mooney.
Okay, so Pat is the main guy, right?
Pat's he's the main eventer, and Mooney and Brett are like the mid carders.
Yeah, Moody's he's like the manager. He's like Kurgan, right?
Wait, are you saying Moody or Mooney?
Is it Mooney?
What do you think it is?
Moody. It'd be better if it's Moody than
Let's just go with that.
Anyway, he's like Kurgan. But anyway, Pat, he's got a good series going on that, believe it or not, I just snuck into the chat and I always just say, hey, but they are going over every chapter from the Halloween novelization. I don't know if you checked the video.
I saw that, man.
They are doing a fantastic job of covering that. They got me really interested. I'm wishing now that I hadn't sold that book about a year and a half ago for like $300. So,
nah, you probably would have still sold it.
Yeah, I was being sarcastic. But anyway, Blake, we had a good idea. Thanks for everybody that's here watching. My StreamYard thing is saying 0, so you'll have to let me know when the people are in the chat and what they're saying, Blake. But our idea tonight was to come up with some random topics about Friday the 13th. And this stream could be 20 more minutes. It could be 30 more minutes. It could be 10 more minutes. We just want to discuss some stuff.
What's she saying, Friday 13th, part 6? What's she saying, that camper, when she's riding him? 10 more minutes?
Just 10 more minutes. What song lasts 10 more minutes?
I'm sure there's a Guns N' Roses song.
Oh, November Rain. Thanks, guys. You can listen to the Audible version of the book for free on YouTube. Well,
look at this guy coming through with the info.
There you go. Hey, Bud from the Shape of Horror podcast. Go grab to Bud's channel if you're watching live or if you're watching taped via home. How's it going, Bud?
Yeah, y'all go check out Fancy Talk.
What was the wrestling episode?
Yeah. I have not been disappointed like that in a long time. I was on vacation and I was out there by the pool relaxing, and I consider Jake and Bud friends, and they know what wrestling means to me, especially old school wrestling. And they just the list that they presented. If they would have prefaced by saying, "Hey guys, we don't know much about wrestling. This is our opinion. This is our list." But instead, they tried to explain to me why Ric Flair is a horrible wrestler. And that's when, I I lost it. I just Ric
Doc
Flair.
losing
Ric
it.
Flair does this, Ric Flair does the same moves over and over. Every wrestler does. Hogan punches you 3 times. He gives you a big boot and he does the leg drop. Bret Hart does the Russian leg sweep, backbreaker, sharpshooter.
The elbow off the middle rope.
John Cena does the 5 moves of doom. Everybody does the same 4 or 5 moves.
I think that was the only problem I had with it. It was the Ric Flair can't wrestle. But the fun thing about opinions, Blake, is everybody has them and they all stink.
That's right, except for ours, of course.
But it says, turns out it was the penultimate episode of Fancy Talk.
Now, Ronnie, for those in the chat who don't know what penultimate means, can you explain that to them?
I think it means
I know what it means.
It's the ultimate pen episode
Oh, okay.
of it. But explain to us in the chat. You probably have an education. What the hell was wrong with my list? Ric Flair was on it.
Your problem is when you said Bret Hart's not on my list because he went to WCW and did nothing. And then then your next pick was Sting, who left WCW, went to WWE, and did nothing. I just don't understand the logic. And then Jake says, I'm not a big fan of Ric Flair. That even though he's one of the greatest world champions of all time, but I'm going to put The Rock at number 2, even though I never saw any of his lists, or any of his matches. I mean, I
got to give it to Jake. He had some great lines. I mean, I'm stopping because I see the thingamajig.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, it looks like Mav has joined the chat, Ronnie, and I know. I don't know if you checked out this new series Mav has, and I say a series. It's just he's making shorts. The guy's incredible. The guy is fixing to blow up with all these great ideas that he's got. And I'm predicting that 2023 is going to be a big year for that kid.
The kid, he may be 60.
No, he's younger than me. I checked him out. Yeah.
All right. Bud says Sting went everywhere and wrestled at WrestleMania.
So did Bret Hart.
Bret Hart went to WCW and was like a 4-time WCW world champion.
Bret Hart main evented WrestleMania. Sting didn't. Bret Hart main evented Starrcade. Come on, Bud. It's okay if you don't like him, but makes sense.
Yeah, we're like the horror fans that you can't stand, that know everything. We're those wrestling fans up until like 2002. Look at this. Y'all are the same age, Blake. Maverick coming in, born 86. Got warrants out for his arrest. Pick up sticks. Okay, so you want to talk about Nick Push real quick? Nick Push did a video that I thought was very clever for Nick Push, where he talked about our intro, Blake. The dude did like 18 minutes on our show. I mean, who in the world? I mean, I'll give it to him. Nick Push is breaking the mold of the horror YouTuber, because before he's like in the camera, mad about horror movie stuff. Now he's branching out. He's showing he's got a personality, and he's now talking about topics that nobody cares about because it's fun to him. Because it's fun to him. And this dude did a great psychoanalysis of our intro, mainly poking fun at the fact that we have like 4 people that are rarely seen on the channel outside of October and our fantasy drafts that we can't get together to do. So I guess now is a good time to say this, Blake.
Okay.
Our intro, I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world.
But what's the but?
When we were doing our intro, we wanted to bring every personality that we had on our audio podcast into our intro, because everybody that's in our intro, whether it be Boz, Tandy, Jay, and Tim, they were all a huge part of ATG and AT, the audio podcast. They were a huge part of it. Whenever you couldn't go, whenever I couldn't go, it would be you and Boz. It would be me and Jay and Tim. There's a couple other guys that helped us so much, and we couldn't get them into the intro because they got lives going on.
Yeah.
That's the reason those guys are there. And those guys will always be in the intro. Unless they like text me and say, hey, take me out of the intro, which Boz could do at any moment. You know that. But That's why those guys are there. And I've never seen any more wrong on psychoanalyzing people than Nick was with that group.
You said any more wrong?
Yeah, I don't think he was correct at any of it. Like especially when he gets to Tandy and talks about a good soul.
Well, he talks about him being a good dad and husband, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Ronnie, I think he hit the nail on the head. Other than me saying that I'm trying to relive my athletic days. Nick, newsflash, I know you can't tell by this wonderful body. I was never athletic. Ronnie just told me to come up with a sitcom intro idea, and he rejected my 3 filthy ones, and I just got on the trampoline, and he took that one. That's the end of that story.
That trampoline was funnier than any of those other filthy ones that you did. I don't care what you say. But anyway, if you haven't seen it, go check out Nick's video. I love the fact.
Yeah, we're in it.
Yeah, I love the fact that we're in it. It's a great topic. But all that aside, it's a really good video. I love when Nick shows us his real personality that's not just like scream, Leatherface, and stuff like that. So
yeah, he's actually. I don't think we're going to get a Nick video for about a week. If I had to guess, he's on vacation too. So I hope he has a good vacation.
Parchment,
Probably.
Speaking of Nick Push, $1.99 super chat. Thank you for donating money. Don't talk about me. You'll lose your audience. Well, we're going to lose our audience anyway because of this internet. But Nick, your audience is the reason we have an audience. Most of Nick's guys and Bud's guys and Jake's guys, a few of them come to watch us. So there you go. So Blake, let's get into it. First off, anybody that's a content creator, a YouTuber in the chat, if you use StreamYard came up with some amazing stuff today. You can now move the video boxes around. My bad, Allie and girl.
Come on, Ronnie, be better.
I'll try. But you can move the boxes around, so we're going to be able to do some creative stuff as far as where we're going to put me and you into tiny boxes in the top of the corner, Blake, and stream rad right there in the middle of the screen.
Sounds good.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about with these random topics, and let's get me and you where I want us to go. And guys, if you have any topics you want to talk about in the chat, hit us up. Put the questions in the chat, Friday the 13th related, and we will talk about it. So let's go here, Blake.
Oh, hey, what are you doing up there, buddy?
Hey, you okay?
I'm doing good. It's good to see you. I missed you while I was on vacation.
Hey, come up here. So I just woke everybody in my house up. Let me scroll up.
Screaming way too loud.
It's the wrong thing. Keep me up to date with the chat. Blake, Nick, stop donating money. We got to give Nick $1.99 back. Remember that. So, Blake, you wanted to talk about. Tell me about this tweet that you saw that it got you concerned.
So I just randomly I search hashtags, Ronnie, and I typed in Crystal Lake show, and a picture comes up of Brian Fuller and this crew, and they're like, "We just got done brainstorming season 1 ideas." And man, I don't know. There's something about this picture that just rubs me the wrong way. And I sent it to you and I said, "What's your thoughts?" And you, I guess because we're brothers, you immediately had the same opinion. You're like, "This is going to suck. I don't like what I'm seeing here. This is making me nervous." But you were the originator. You've been saying this whole time you think this show's going to suck. Whereas, me and the rest of the horror family are excited that we're getting new content and something new and something different. And, but I just look at, first off, I can't believe how ugly Brian Fuller is. He's the tall one that looks like he's holding a TV up by one hand.
Is that the guy that everybody's bragging about? Brian Fuller from the Gandhi show? What's the name of that show? Hannibal.
He wrote Hannibal. He's wearing the same glasses Bob did in Halloween 1978. But I'm just looking at this diverse crew he's assembled here.
He looks like great value David Harbour from Stranger Things.
He does. He does. I'm just looking. Allie's right in the chat. That is porn star glasses. That is porn star glasses. And I'm sorry. Like,
we're live on Twitch tonight, by the way. I mean, I'm sorry.
Boz says that room is scarier than any show idea they can come up with.
Okay, so there we go. They're already wild and crazy. That room is scarier than any show idea they can come up with.
I mean, and I don't know why this bothers me so much, but it's like, I don't know. It's like a diversity class just threw up. And
What is your problem with diversity? Look, we've got men, we've got women, we've got men, and we've got all races and creeds and religions in there. It's just like the Tri-Lambs we're talking about when Lamar Luttrell said that we're just going to build a fraternity in the eyes of what they really should be. So let's go around the room right here because you got great value David Harbour, who I did some research on him, and everybody brags on him about this Hannibal show, but apparently every other show he's been with has been sort of a failure. So either he's quit. I'm guessing. Oh, okay. The one in between him and his husband right here, that's the chick that chopped off Mrs. Voorhees's head. So they're making a big deal right now about bringing her back. And, you know, I'm a huge Friday the 13th fan, but that really doesn't get me excited, but I'm okay with it. I'm not being negative about this, Blake. I'm just positive that I probably won't like where they're going here. Over on the other side, we've got three individuals. And then down here, X-Pac, Sean Waltman right here to the left at the bottom kneeling. He's apparently become a writer. We've got the person in the middle right here. I think that's who George Costanza tried to take to dinner to impress the guy that worked for the Yankees when he thought he was a racist. And over here, I believe this individual right here that's kneeling is the one that the meme is about from the election for a few years ago. So, and speaking of that, I mean, David Harbour is a multi-talented individual because after checking out his Twitter page, I don't understand how he's got time to do shit because he's got to be there 24/7. So maybe he's like taking charge of this AI writing stuff, and AI is actually writing Crystal Lake. I really don't know, Blake, at all. Twitch coming in.
Tim is at Buffalo Wild Wings and says, guys, you better bail now because Jason is going to be trans.
Well, I don't know about that, Blake. Jason's going to be trans, and I think we're going to shut down the Twitch chat after this.
Candy
Blake,
says Pamela will have a dick and 5 pronouns.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. So I don't know what's happening in this room right here, but
and that's the problem I had. I clicked on Brian Fuller's Twitter, and this guy can't go 6 minutes without tweeting something political. And listen, I don't care what side you're on. If that's all you have to talk about all day, you have mental problems. If you believe one side is better than the other, you have mental problems. And this guy, that's all he does all day. And then I see this. I don't know. I think we're going to get a diverse cast.
It's like an episode of Waco. He looks like David Koresh. He does look like David Koresh.
No, Bud hit it on the head. He said Fuller looks like Isaac Yankem DDS. And he does, which is Kane. It's who Kane was before. But I don't know. I just, you're right. And Twitch, I think Twitch is right.
It's going to suck.
This show is supposed to take place in the 50s, Ronnie. It's supposed to be a prequel. And let's be honest, the world wasn't perfect in the 50s. This shouldn't be diverse in the 50s. There shouldn't be any gay characters. There shouldn't be anything like that.
Okay. Why do you think there would be gay characters in this, Blake?
I'm looking at this picture, Ronnie.
Look, I don't know. I'm flipping the script now, Blake. I'm more excited than ever for this.
You're excited about the train wreck. That's what you're excited about.
David Harbour, I got full confidence in Brian Fuller now. He can tweet. He can write shows. He's going to make it like Hannibal. X-Pac's in on it, so he knows to do all the gimmicks and stuff like that. Whoever said that, I think it was Michael, said that That looks like Voorhees over there to the far right. He's super happy. Somebody's telling a joke. They got freaking the Joker is on the screen right there. So you know David Harbour's going to hit the joke from The Dark Knight. The TV there, it's going to squeal. So there you go.
Mav said he thinks Fuller could play Jason. Mav, I'm sorry, buddy. He clearly can't jump through that window. His big ass is taller than the inch.
Oh, okay. As Nick Push would say, Pamela's going to. Oh, good Lord! It's gonna be better than Halloween Ends. There you go, Blake. Have you seen Halloween Ends?
I have. I love it. Top 3.
It can't be any worse than Halloween Ends, though. But it can,
guys. It can. It can. I've lost all faith. This picture right here, I've lost all faith in this Crystal Lake show. Ronnie, we did our job. We made a Friday the 13th video every Friday until they brought the franchise back. We brought the franchise back.
We're sorry.
Yeah, guys, we apologize.
We did this.
This is our fault.
What may be the state of the world right now, this is the series that we deserve, but not the one we need.
There you go. So, we after tonight, we're shifting our focus back to Thanksgiving. Okay, Ronnie? But we are going to do Friday the 13th stuff tonight.
Okay, so guys, listen up. In the chat, are me and Blake being too hard? Are we judging a picture and thinking something's going to be awful? What do you guys think about this picture? Does this picture right here of all the creative, this is the brain. The brain. This is the brain of the Crystal Lake series. This is the gray matter right here. These are the neurons that's going to be popping off the ideas. How confident are you right now on a scale of 1 to Bud? Tell us in the chat, how confident are you on that this is going to be a quality Friday the 13th? 1 to Bud in the chat. I want to see everybody judging it. 1 to Bud. Let us know. Because right now, Blake, I'm probably at a solid 3.5 out of Bud. That I'm not going to be watching much. I'm ready for the movie. I never signed on for a series, Blake. I signed on for a movie, and that's the job. Okay, that's the job. Allie says, okay. See, these guys are having conversations. I can't keep up. Based on the photo, this is Mav. Based on the photo, I can tell you right now, my idea for this series will be 1,000 times better than the stuff they're about to crap out. Maverick's on board, as we say, Blake. Maverick gets it.
Maverick gets it.
Here we go. Maverick. This was like a brainstorm session for the next Cheaper by the Dozen film. We got some ratings coming in, Blake.
2.4 out of Bud. 2.5 out of Bud, says Allie. Shape of Horror podcast says 3 out of Bud. I'm going 1 out of Bud. This picture has totally killed my enthusiasm for this show, Ronnie. I'm serious. I'm kind of leaning toward your gimmick now. I'm kind of looking. I'm so much looking forward to see how much of a train wreck it's going to be, because I want to see how YouTube reacts to it. All the negative. Like, Ronnie, could this be
0.1 out of Bud?
Michael Dammon's the best. Ronnie, could this get more hate than Halloween Ends? Could it get more hate?
Look, dude, remember when I told Vinny that I was so proud of the Friday the 13th fan base because they keep it civil and they're not crazies?
You really did tell him that. You told him that. You said that Friday the 13th franchise is like one of the most chill franchises out there. They're not lunatics like Halloween fans. And here we are. We've already turned heel on these guys.
Yeah, and Vinny told me it's because there hadn't been a movie out in forever. Just wait. Vinny's right. Vinny's the best. Vinny's the man.
He said it.
Look, we've always got his universe.
Why isn't Vint in this picture? Why didn't they go out and get the best film made about Jason in the last 15 years by Vincent DeSanti, who we interviewed, by the way? Check the archives. Why is it archives, buddy? It's got a CH in it. Why is not he in this picture, Ronnie? Why is Big Redhead Isaac Yankem in here and not Vincent DeSanti? Why is Stephen Shea from Barstool leaning down there? Why isn't Vincent DeSanti in this thing?
Well, I can tell you right now from our personal comments was Vinny is he would throw half these guys out the window like Ogre did the Nerds, and it would just be him and that TV in that room, and eventually that TV would get thrown out. He'd turn that TV to something else, and he'd turn that TV on some heavy metal, and he'd be blasting in there.
This show needs Ogre really bad. from Revenge of the Nerds. Crystal woke, Ronnie. Crystal woke. That's brilliant, bud.
Okay, so it's not all bad news, guys. It's not all
bad news. And how are we bringing Adrienne King back again? I guess because it's a prequel.
Well, I think
she's 200 years old. What are we doing?
They're going to digitize her face like they did Muff Douglas and Ant-Man.
Ronnie, have you ever seen Skinamarink? I hear Pat from the Halloween Movie Collector. He's mentioned that a few times in his channel. Have you ever seen that movie?
No. You know the answer to that. I don't watch movies.
Oh, okay.
It's like Allie right here saying, have I seen, hold on, that's Jake. They popped in on me, Blake, sorry. Have you watched Knock at the Cabin? Such a strange movie. I've read the book.
Oh, so that's the new Dave Bautista movie?
Yeah. Dave Bautista's like breathing heavy in it. I hate Dave Bautista. He's the best.
I like Dave.
You're right.
No, Allie, I have not seen it. I really want to. Do me a favor though, like send me a tweet and tell me if I should watch it or not. And I mean, I don't care if you spoil it or whatever. Is it a good movie or is it one of those weird? What's the guy who made it, Ronnie? Who always has the twist endings?
That's M. Night Shyamalan.
Did M. Night Shyamalan ruin it, or is it actually worth checking out? And the magician's back, Ronnie.
Jake Blaster asked, will they emasculate this Jason the same way they emasculated Myers?
Yeah, no, they're gonna make you feel sorry for Jason. I bet anything they're gonna give you sympathy toward Jason. They're gonna make him stupid.
Well, they did that before.
Well,
I was just pointing to Chris Fantazi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're gonna make him special needs. They're gonna he's gonna be getting picked on, Ronnie. He's probably gonna get molested. His dad's gonna be beaten. They're gonna do everything wrong to make you feel sympathy for the killer.
Sorry, I messed up.
Did you just make me big?
I know I messed up. I hit the wrong button. I got to take this off. I mean, I'm telling you.
Oh, she says it's on Peacock. How about that?
What's on Peacock? Oh, Skinamarink? Well, then I can watch it because I'm not paying any money for anything. Okay, so Blake, the idea was simple. We both came up with like 5 ideas or 5 things. You actually came up with all 5 things to talk about. The first thing you mentioned, I don't have my phone right here, Blake, but
I'm using mine to film, Ronnie. I can't look at it.
The first thing you said was best actress. Okay, so the topics you came up with, I'll come up with them or I'll remember them. Best actress.
Did I say that?
Yeah, hold on. I'll go to the thing.
I think I remember. I said, who's the best actress in the entire franchise?
Yeah, you wanted to go Jason's best outfit. Yeah. You wanted to go best actress in the entire franchise. You wanted to talk horniest guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jason's best outfit, worst outfit out of a regular character.
You're right.
The 2 outfit things. Best actress. We're gonna stick with actress, not actor. Okay. Actress. We'll come back with best actor later. And randiest guy. So that's what we're going to talk about. And which one do you want to talk about first?
It's up to you, brother. You're the host.
Yeah, but you're the talent. So let's figure this out. First thing I got to do is, okay, so I do have a problem with all this stuff that StreamYard has given us now, Blake. It's making my screen get bigger and smaller.
Yeah.
As we do that. Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm just going to tell you right now, you're doing a fantastic job. It looks like everything's going smooth on my end.
Well, there you go. All right, let me do one little quick thing. I'm having to like blow it up.
What's the first topic you want to do, Ronnie?
Let's go worst outfit. Let's start with something light.
Okay, everybody in the chat. Everybody in the chat. Who wore the worst outfit in the entire franchise of Friday the 13th? Put it in the chat. We'll read it out. Ronnie, or you want to go first? What's yours?
You want me to go first?
It doesn't matter. Okay,
so I've got one. Let me scroll down to it. Let me fix us back. I'm going to keep us like this for a little while.
You look busy.
Dude, I'm like, I need a mouse, but I don't have any other stuff. So there you go.
We need an intern.
We definitely need an intern. So what we're going right here is worst dressed person. Now, I'll let you tell me first, and then I came back, and I can already tell one of mine is not here. Jesus S. But that's okay. I'm going to go with Eddie. You go first and let me get mine real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a character who's really loved in the Friday franchise. I'm gonna go with Shelly, aka Larry Zerner from Friday the 13th Part 3, strictly because you're headed to a summer camp and he decided to wear those breeches and tucked in shirt with breeches, which I get it. When they filmed it, it was cold, but this is supposed to be a summer camp. And there's a scene of Shelly when Vera leaves him in the bug when she drives away from the store, and then she stops and Shelly runs to the car, and you see his little fat ass jiggling in those breeches. I just think it's the worst fit that I've seen. Now I'm sure there's a worse outfit. We'll read yours later in the chats later. I'm sure like in space there's something ridiculous, but just for 1980, what is it, Ronnie? 2 or 3? I mean, look at Rick. Look at Rick's threads in that picture there. I mean, this guy's looking good, and I mean, Shelly just, I don't know. I guess I'm just not a Larry Zerner guy.
Well, look, he wore pants, but I think your argument loses a little bit because they all have pants on. Cheech and Chong in the back have pants on. The girl that did Bernie and Weekend at Bernie's when he's dead everybody's got britches on.
Everybody does got breeches on.
You're right. He's got. We used to call them ass huggers back in the day. That butt cannot breathe. But
man, I mean, Ronnie, check this picture out. I mean, Shelly's got some cake, man. Look at that, and it's like he's looking back at it too. Like some, when them girls say, "Look back at it." He's looking back at it. What's them hoes say, Ronnie? I'm looking back at it. Why are you muting yourself?
Coughing. He is looking back at it. Okay, anyway. So I couldn't find my picture of the guy, but I want to go right here. This guy, Rick looks ridiculous. First off, he's supposed to be a farmhand. He's got the bad guy sweater thing working that's in every college in the 80s. So I don't know what's going on there. Chris is looking off at some she's breaking the 16th wall right here. She's looking at crew members. But yeah, his outfit's ridiculous. I'm going to say that Shelly's got the best outfit right there. Mine, Blake, is Eddie from Friday the 13th, Part 7. And real quick, guys, tell us your worst outfits in the chat, and we'll go back to them. Eddie from Friday the 13th, Part 7, his ass was wearing some kind of like commander suit the whole time, and I had a picture I thought pulled up of the jacket that he was wearing, and I had 2 pictures because I wanted to emphasize that he not only could not wear clothes on the outside worth a damn, but his clothes on the his clothes on the inside weren't worth a damn either. This is the only photo that's there of him and his tidy whities right here, and the T-shirt when he's about to make it with this girl.
Oh man, he's Winnie the Pooh in it, Ronnie. He's got the T-shirt on and the underwear.
And she's telling him, "You just don't do it for me." She gave him a chance. He couldn't come through. And I think it was because he was dressed like a damn Star Trek character there for a little while. I'll come back and I'll superimpose later in post the jacket of the picture that I didn't put there.
It's amazing how girls can pull that look off, the shirt with no bottoms, but when guys do it, it's ridiculous. Like,
he does look ridiculous. I mean, I would reject that guy too if he climbed into bed. First off, it looks like that shirt has been soaked through a little bit, like he sweated through it. And the underwear have a lot of sag in the back. He's definitely not packing a cake from the bakery like Shelly was in that previous picture. So there you go.
And girls prefer cake these days. So
what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
There's some really good ones in the chat, Ronnie. I can't wait to get to it. Are you pulling up another picture or?
No. I'm going right here real quick. Chris says, "Love you, Ronnie." Mav, are we sure they're making a Friday the 13th movie and not making them part 2? Don't pay money for it for sure. Talking about Skinamarink.
No, talking about knock at the cabin door.
Make sure to smash the thumbs up. Thanks, Mav. I appreciate that, man.
Look at Mav coming in.
Rick from Part 3 is the horniest guy. Bud.
Save it, Bud. Save it.
The Toad from Part 7 when she got Bud, you have no idea how close I came to that being my person. I actually went to Friday the 13th Part 7 on Google to find her picture.
A really good one.
And Eddie popped up here in that stupid jacket that I forgot the picture of. So that is a real good one. I almost chose that one. Michael says he'll intern. So there you go, Blake. Boom. We got one.
Allie coming in with the worst dress, Ronnie, and she's got an argument.
Worst dress is Pamela with that turtleneck. Well, I mean, look, I wish there was a way I could pull up a picture of Pamela. Pamela, I mean, I like the look. I mean, that's what all those people, high society people were wearing at the time, the high turtleneck, the thick turtleneck, so a vampire can't get you. Mav with a good one right here. He's saying, that shirt was tucked into his underwear.
Talking about Shelly.
Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Rick's in his mid-50s. Here we go. The two greasers from part 5 never understood how they got there from 1955. I always wondered about that too. Why were they dressed like that, Blake? Why were they dressed like two people from a Grease movie?
Car's not starting. It's not starting. Come on, motherfucker. It's not starting.
Okay, Blake. So we just did worst dressed character in a Friday the 13th movie, and we could do that topic like for 57 shows.
Yeah.
So what do you want to go to next?
It's up to you, brother. I've already forgot the list.
Okay. So let's go to Randiest / horniest guy.
I think everybody knows that Randy means horny, Ronnie.
Okay. Well, there you go. The randiest guy. I'll let you go first.
Okay. So my initial pick was going to be Ted from part 4 because he wants to hook up.
You literally never told me that.
Yeah, I didn't tell you that. I like to keep you surprised. I was going to go with Ted because he wants to sleep with every girl there. He gets rejected. He finds a dirty movie. But I decided to go, and then I was going to say Rick from part 3 because he's in his mid-40s. He's trying to sleep with a bunch of teenage Chris, and then I thought of one better, Ronnie. I'm going to go Jason Voorhees as my randiest character, and hear me out.
Okay.
What did Jason do with all the bodies that he killed?
He drug them back to.
No, he set them up to fall or just on display, right?
Yeah.
But what did he do with Terry's body from part 2, Smoking Hot Terry? What did he do with that body?
He took it back to the cabin.
Why would he take her body back to the shack, Ronnie?
Well, we know why he took her back to the shack.
Fast forward to Friday 13th part 3. You got a flashback with Chris. What does he do in that flashback to her, Ronnie?
Oh, he comes up while she's asleep on a tree and he tries to molest her, which was totally un-Jason-like at the time.
Jason Voorhees, randiest character in the franchise. He's always interrupting people having sex, Ronnie. Think about it.
That is true. Maybe it's my turn is what he's thinking. I'm next.
I'm next.
Hey, for everybody that's just in the chat, me and Blake are gifting 5 ATGNAT channel memberships to the people in the chat. Yeah, we're going to show you guys how much we appreciate you being here. So I think it automatically gifts to people. So thank you guys for showing up and watching us tonight. And
what do they get access to, Ronnie? Because I don't remember recording anything extra.
They get access to tons of behind the scenes stuff, tons of Macho Theaters content that we won't show here, perks, emojis, badges. Eventually, once we get enough people that are members, watch alongs, Commando review is up. Me and Boz are talking. What are we talking, Blake? Most disappointing sequels. So you can go watch Boz do that. So whoever YouTube gave the memberships to, guys, appreciate it, enjoy it, and
Ronnie, are we really good enough to do watch alongs though? I feel like I'll just sit there and be quiet the whole time watching the movie.
Well, I think we would be better than some. I think we would find a way to do a watch along. That's
what is that? I mean, who are we insulting with that sentence, Ronnie?
Everybody. I couldn't say I think we'll be better than everybody, but I think it won't be boring sitting here watching a movie with me and Blake. I mean, is it boring sitting here looking at a PowerPoint when we talk about movies on Wednesday?
Okay,
yes.
All right. Who's your horniest person? Let's go.
Okay, thank you. I'm going with Friday the 13th, part 4, the final chapter. I'm going with Axel. I mean, the guy worked in the morgue. He's sitting there. He's trying to get with the nurses. Would have got with the nurses. He's eating sandwiches off dead bodies. There's dead bodies right next to him. He's ready to go to town. And when it comes down to it, even after the nurse rejects him, he still starts watching all these people exercising on TV. So he's a hornball, he's Randy, and it's probably a good thing that Jason cut his head off with that hacksaw, because by cutting his head off with that hacksaw, he can't get arrested for being a pedophile and be banned from going within a church or a school. And
That's
plus,
a really good pick. That's a really good pick.
He's very good looking right here. Way more good looking than he was in Police Academy or on Seinfeld as the Moyle. No, not the Moyle. He's a rabbi.
Yeah. He's kind of got a Jason Sudeikis thing going on.
He does sort of have a Jason Sudeikis thing going on. Jason Sudeikis may be actually related to this guy, so we probably need to check it out and see what's going on. All right, let's go back to the chat real quick, Blake, then we'll hit the final two topics that you came up with. What do we got going on in here? Where should I start?
I think, let's see. Mav was the first one.
Oh, okay. So they're talking horniest people.
Yeah.
Maverick says, what about the fat kid with chocolate over his face from part 5? You know, Maverick, I'm guessing Maverick's talking about the worst dressed characters.
Yeah.
I was going to pick him until I realized I wore that same thing to work today. So I'm not a hypocrite. If I admit Joey is a bad dresser, Ronnie is a bad dresser, and I never talk bad about myself. Maverick's coming in with his Randiest character, and he's saying the Travolta nephew from part 6, Court, who got his
See, I don't know, Mav. I'm gonna what were you about to say, Ronnie?
Obviously, you guys don't know anything about Indians.
I'm gonna disagree. It felt like he was ready to get that over with, Mav, didn't it to you, Ronnie?
Well, I mean, when you're tired and it's time to go to bed. Ain't that what Kramer said?
Yeah, I guess. See what Pat from Movie Collector said.
All right. So Pat's saying he went with Ted from part 4. So he says you're a good pick. Let's see. Going down. Chewy. Allie says Chewy in 2009. When I die, I want to come back as a button on the back of her shorts.
Oh wow. I remember that kid. That's the Chinaman.
I have no idea.
You don't remember that part?
Nuh-uh.
Oh, Bud's responding to why did Jason take Terry back to the shack?
Okay. Who all got memberships?
I don't know how you tell. Like, I can't see.
Maverick got one. So Maverick gives us a thumbs up. Allie saying thanks so much. And she's agreeing with me. Watch-alongs are so fun. Bud got one. So there you go. No, or did he? I can't tell.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Cool, man. I didn't know you could do that, Ronnie.
Well, I mean, here's a fun little fact, guys. Y'all want? Sorry for the coughing. You guys want me to let you behind the curtain on these YouTube channels?
Open the curtain up, Ronnie.
I'm going to open the curtain. I want everybody to pay attention. Okay. So when some of these people who are moderators on these channels start gifting subs, that's just the people that are running the channel paying for people to have subs.
Okay.
So like me and you, we just donated 5 free subs to whoever YouTube wants to give it in that chat. Right? But some people don't want to think they're giving away free subs. They want to think people in the chat are giving away free subs. So they do it like that.
And who are we insulting?
We're not insulting. Why is it always got to be an insult? I'm just saying. And in some
That's my question.
And in some cases, moderators really do give away subscriptions. And, you know, it's not unheard of to be nice. Okay.
Being nice. Yeah. Read that.
I was in a watch along today and left because I was getting ignored. I'm sorry. Well, Michael, you got to imagine that, you know, there's probably a ton of people in there. People can't focus. See, Michael, you're spoiled because you're on our channel where there's 3 people in the chat and we can focus on you and we actually care about what you're saying.
We're going to talk to you all day, every day.
Yeah. Who's the hottest chick in the franchise? Let's cut the S. Blake, who is the hottest chick in the Friday the 13th franchise?
Ronnie, I think we did a video. No, we did hottest guys.
No, we didn't do hottest guys. We did ugliest guys.
Oh, we did?
Yes.
But I'm pretty sure we said who our favorite or our hottest was in our opinion. Hottest girl in the franchise. Can I pick 5?
Yes.
I'm going to go Terry from part 2. I'm going to go the twins from part 4. They count as 1. What are you laughing at?
Again, I'm just reading the chat. I love these guys. I love Michael. I love Bud. I love Maverick. I love them all.
It's a really good question. I'm gonna go. What's her name in part 6? Cookie. What's her name? No, that's from One Crazy Summer. What's her name? What's the main chick's name in part 6, Ronnie?
Rachel.
No, it's not. That's Halloween 4.
Rachel. Jason.
It's not Rachel. You idiot. What is her name in part 6?
Samsonite.
Oh, I was way off.
Hold on. Technical difficulties. Hit the screen, Blake.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to go with the stupendous chick from 2009. Put her in there. There you go. Allie just helped me out in the chat. Bree from 2009. She's 1 through 3 in my list. The twins are 4 and 5. All right, Mav, take it easy, buddy. Jesus. I'm trying to remember Sheriff Garris calling her by the name. Megan.
Megan. All right. So what was your pick? You went with Stupendous?
I went with Stupendous is 1 through 3, and the twins are 4 and 5.
All right. So Jake, thank you, Jake. So we got our list right there. Allie says Bree in 2009. You told Mav to calm down. Hottest chick in that body.
Well, I mean, he ended it with, "Oh my God." That's why I said, "Dude, calm down."
Settle down.
Are you gonna borrow a condom? I mean, take it easy.
He's saying Tina from part 5.
Oh yeah.
Is Tina from part 5 the one that got killed
in the woods? She's
in the woods.
Yeah, getting her guts rearranged by Jason and by that guy.
Last time I sent a super chat, I was told to ask a question, right? Yes, ask a question. Let's see. What about the chick from Jason X? Is he talking about the cop or the one that gets her face busted apart?
You're right. The blonde scientist is the best looking one in that, right?
Yeah. That was going to be my pick too when it came to a horniest guy, randiest guy, Maverick, because he is Rennie in part 8. So I think what Bud is doing right here, Bud saw Rennie from part 8 in Major League 3, and he liked her way better in that movie, I bet. All right, Blake, what was the next one we were going to talking about?
All right, so we did.
We got 2 left. We've got best outfit for Jason, and we've got best actress in the series.
Let's go best actress in the entire franchise.
All right, so I'm going to let you go first. Let's see if you remember who you picked.
I know exactly who I picked. I picked Terry from Friday the 13th Part 2. And the reason I think she's the best actress is because she has to pretend not to like Scott, who is the most handsome person, not only in the franchise, in the world. So for her to act like she's not interested in that jaw, those lips, that hair, that makes her the best actress in the whole franchise. Because, I mean, look at her. She looks good. Now that I look, guys, Mav, Bud, we've all been saying how pretty Terry is. Ronnie, cut it back. Now I'm looking at her jaw, and it's reminding me
Slaughter.
It's reminding me of Sergeant Slaughter. It's reminding me of the guy from Tango and Cash who was Maniac Cop. And I'm starting to sour on Terry. Terry from the neck down is a 10. From the neck up, she looks like me. But go back to Scott. Pure sex right there. 100% pure sex. And Terry's the best actress in this franchise. If she can make me believe she wasn't interested in him, then she deserves the award, Ronnie.
So if you want to see more of Scott, go watch Chopping Mall. He's in it, and he's in it a lot. So for all you Scott fans,
it's a really good movie.
Yeah, all you Scott fans out there. Okay, so my best actress in the entire series is going to be Sandy from Friday the 13th.
Have some more sloppy joes.
I mean, how she could keep her hands off Christy is beyond me. While she's flipping them hash browns, it's raining outside. She's got those things right there. She's got those cannonballs that she knows she can fire out the cannon one last time and get Steve Christy ready to go. No, not really, Blake. That's not mine. Mine is
big are those glasses, man? Good Lord. Look at those things.
She can see to tomorrow.
What's bigger, her glasses or her titties?
Edit.
It's a live show, Ronnie.
Edit. Poor old Sandy. She's got her watch on. She's got no. It's quitting time, Steve.
It's time
But
to screw, Steve.
So that's not mine. I'm going with Megan
Oh,
from part 6.
it's a great picture.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Megan from part 6 is the best actress, the best final girl as far as acting ability in Friday the 13th. Okay, what's the date? The 24th? Is that today's date?
Today is the 24th, Ronnie.
Okay, so on March the 24th, 2023, Ronnie's opinion, which changes daily because I love this franchise so much. Also, by the way, Blake, from 30 minutes ago, I'm all in on Crystal Lake Memories. Let's go. Because look, back in the 80s, can you imagine the fat freaks that were all in a room together? They probably thought it was a turd convention. So these guys are going to knock it out of the park. Isaac Yankum, X-Pac, the chick that's screaming in the meme, all of them. It's going to be great. I'm telling you right now, freaks all around the lake. But what do they say on disturbing behavior? Freaks all week.
You know what, Ronnie? I'm easily sucked into peer pressure. I'm with you, brother. I'm back on the Crystal Lake bandwagon. We're back to making a video.
I need more pictures.
We need more pictures of this crew.
First off, I want a documentary of the making. I want a documentary in the writing room, the ideas being thrown around, the brainstorming session. That's what I want Crystal Lake Memories to be. Or not Crystal Lake Memories, but Crystal Lake prequel. I want just to be them coming up with ideas and fighting each other.
We want to see the making of the making, don't we? That's what we want. Michael Dammit in the chat says it's Undertaker's birthday, Ronnie.
Rest in peace. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Megan, I think, doesn't come off as cheesy.
Do you think she looks like Rachel? Is that why you keep making that mistake?
No, I made the mistake because when I Googled the picture, it had Rachel underneath her name, and I was at work trying to get this done really quickly. So I keep saying Rachel because I thought her name was Rachel. And I understand, Blake, it's my favorite movie, but I can't remember. I got CRS. Megan is a great actress. At no point do you say, okay, she's ridiculous. Even in the scene where they're driving around and she's got Tommy down there between the legs, she still has some cool lines. She's got a good scream. She doesn't get her head smashed in by Jason, which means she's probably a little hard-headed. And, I mean, it's amazing they didn't bring her back. It should have been her and Tommy versus Jason for the next 15 years. I'd have watched every one of those movies. He should have come and got him out of the water a year later and said he's got to put him back in his final resting place. And he does the gimmick every year because he's crazy.
That's a really good pick, Ronnie. She's smoking hot.
I'll leave it up there for you, Blake. She is the best actress. Let's take it to the chat and see what they're saying, Blake. Like I said, guys, this is my pick today. Okay, see, I told you what Bud said. Bud said he saw Rennie post surgeries. See Crystal Lake Memories. She's a 10. Betsy Palmer, Bud is saying, is the best actress. She's the world record holder for longest neck. Let's see. I think Jenny was a pretty good actress. And anybody that listened to our audio podcast knows I'm all in on Jenny. I love that character because that's a smart character, even though she did pee herself when a rat came in front of her. Let's talk about it right now, guys. Let's get down to it. Let me set you straight about rats. I'm not scared of a rat when I've got a guy in a bag head chasing me, trying to kill me. The rat is the least of my worries, okay? So she shouldn't have peed her pants there. It's not cool when you pee your pants. Is that Pat? He's coming in. He thinks it's Amy Steele as well. So we got 2 Jennies. I figured there would be a lot of Jennies in here, Blake.
Yeah.
Michael, surprising me. I'm not versed enough in this franchise to answer these. Michael, you don't watch Friday the 13th? Come on, man. Jake is agreeing with me.
I think that's about the redheaded cook he's agreeing with you about.
It's Undertaker's birthday. Undertaker out there breaking the gimmick for all you wrestling fans. And Chris, you got to love that he's got these references. She's a teenage Frankenstein. So there you go, Blake.
Hey, when Undertaker dies, do you think it'll still be okay to call him the dead man? Or will
Yes.
they have to do away with that?
Go to North Philly and you change your mind.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I'm not going. All right, last one, Blake, and then we're going to bed. So the last topic, guys, in the chat, if you guys want to join in, best Jason outfit from the Friday the 13th series? What did he look the coolest in? Whatever your parameters are for this, best to run around in the woods, coolest in space, whatever. So let us know. And Blake, you want to go first, or so I can go last, or you want me to go first so you can go last?
I'll go first. And I mean, it's no surprise. Just about all my picks come from part 2. And I think Jason's best fit is from Friday the 13th, part 2, because we got a sexy dark blue flannel shirt covered up by some very nice overalls. You got Sackhead Jason. I mean, I think this is his best look. Now, I realize he's not wearing the iconic hockey mask, but I've always been a fan of this because this is a normal looking Jason. This guy's like 6 foot, maybe 6'1". He's not big. He's not bulky. He's not.
What is normal?
Huh?
What is normal? You said a normal looking Jason, and then you jumped to like he's 6'1". Is that a normal height? What is the average height? Somebody in the chat tell me. What's the average height for a human being?
I hope 5'8". Okay, so my point with that, Ronnie, is Michael Myers in 1978. He's like 5'10", 6 foot, right?
Yeah.
Jason, Friday 13th, part 2, anywhere from 5'10" to 6 foot, right?
I think so.
Michael Myers in the 07 zombie remake, 6'11".
Herman Munster,
300 pounds. Jason Voorhees in the Freddy vs. Jason,
Herman Munster,
6'11", taller than the corn in the cornfield. That's what I mean by looking normal. Like, I don't want to see my stalkers all big, muscular, and 80s wrestlers. I just want to see them. It's scary if they're a normal looking guy. But yeah, I'm going with Friday 13th part 2. I love this look. I love when he pops out of that bed with that sack head on. I think it's one of the greatest scenes in the franchise, man.
You're absolutely right. That's such a great scene.
Fantasy line in the chat saying he's 6'1". We both know you're 5'7", brother.
Hey, you ain't got to impress us, Chris. We love you.
We love you no matter what.
We love you no matter what.
You ain't no 6 foot, dog.
So, Blake, here we go. You probably can already guess it. My favorite, and I haven't looked at the chat to know what they're popping about. I love the look.
Oh, that's a good one.
Of Jason from Friday the 13th, part 6. Jason Lives. My personal favorite Friday the 13th movie, as I've said 15,000 times, and we'll say another 100,000 times till me and Blake decide to stop being YouTube people. I love this movie. This is the movie I rented the most as a kid. It is my favorite Friday the 13th movie. Do I think it's the best Friday the 13th movie? No. I could flip a coin and it can be part 2 or part 4. I think everybody pretty much agrees with that. But Friday the 13th, part 6, Jason Lives, is my personal favorite. I love everything about this movie. I love his outfit. I love his mask. I love the look of his head. I love zombie Jason. I love the gloves that he puts on. I like the vest that he gets from that nut in the woods who says that women should be in the kitchen. I like the whole ordeal. I love the fact that Jason has a utility belt. I love that Jason's cutting at me in the screen for the James Bond opening. The look here is so freaking amazing. And the last shot we get of him hanging in the water like this right here, and he's still got the utility belt. He's still got the gloves, the green outfit. I know people can say, how's the outfit he had on from part 4? He still got it on. I don't care, guys, because it's a horror movie and I love it. I mean, you want to walk around naked with a thing dangling like a beginning of Terminator? Yeah. It's a
Why does the Terminator have a penis?
Great question. It's a good look. It's a good look, and I love the look of part 6, Blake. That is my favorite Jason look.
Matt, can you make a short about the Terminator's penis, just him running at us for 60 seconds and doing your voiceover?
Let's go to the chat. And guys, while I'm checking the chat, if you have any other topics real quick you want to see us talk about when it comes to Friday the 13th, let us know. Where'd I leave off, Blake? Let's see.
You got to go up to, let's see. Oh. I think Bud's going to be the first one.
Ain't the girl from Weird Science in one?
Yeah, she's in part 4.
That's a good call too. That's a good pick. Let's see. We got Wrestling Talk still. Michael saying that Taker's 58 today. Blake, Blake, the other day, somebody brought up Undertaker's birthday. It might have been on Twitter or something like that. And I remember opening up a PWI almanac. This is how big of a dork I am back when I was like 13 or 14. and Undertaker, I saw that he was only like 32 years old. And I was like, holy crap, Undertaker's that young? He looks 90.
Well, think about it, Ronnie. He won the world title from Hogan in 91. So he was 26, 27 when he won the world title.
I don't know. Bud says Bud's going with the chick from Weird Science in part 4 as well. Bud says part 3 is his best look, and that is a good look. He got the clothes from Harold's clothesline. I guess Harold was wearing that stuff, and that's what he wears up until they rip him off of him. Yeah. Maverick says part 6. He's going to agree with me. Michael's coming in with a look that I can't say anything bad about. The Jason X look. I'm assuming he's going with like the metalhead Jason.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that was a really cool look. Chris says part 4 is the best look. Chris says he's 6'1", which is crazy. Allie's going to go with, I like the Jason Goes to Hell look. That's where he had I believe he had his outfit tucked in.
Yeah, his mask was like stuck to his face, and it looked like he had mechanic clothes on, right, Ronnie? He switched it up.
Yeah, I think so too. Just because you two are little people, don't throw shade at me. Let's see. Mav says part 6 came out on the greatest year in the history ever. So there you go, Blake. That's our Friday the 13th stream where we're talking about random topics. I love talking Friday the 13th with you, Blake. I love Friday nights where we're able to talk whatever. And eventually we'll get around to doing a review of these Friday the 13th movies. But right now, I like talking about stuff people don't talk about, like outfits and who's the best looking. And I wanted to do best looking guys in the Friday the 13th franchise tonight. And Blake told me, let's hold off on that.
Well, it's too easy. It's Scott, Ronnie.
Well, it don't have to be ranked.
It's definitely not Mark rolling around in a chair.
Look, you changed your pick, and I'll get back to the chat in just a second, guys. I knew I had him on here for some reason. You changed your pick for Randiest character from Mark to Jason.
If he had 2 working legs, he would probably be the best looking guy.
Somebody in the chat, help us out here. Was he really paralyzed or was he faking? No, I'm not. I mean, in real life, could he walk is what I'm asking.
The reason I had him as my horniest guy
with a jersey on
is because he couldn't use it, Ronnie. And I heard if you don't use it, you lose it.
Why? Why, Blake?
I mean, the whole thing is stupid. She wants to bring him upstairs to screw him. He's in a wheelchair.
She don't want to bring him upstairs.
No, I mean, what I'm saying is the couple before him that he was arm wrestling with, they run upstairs and just leave him down there. Like he's so limited in what he can do. Like in that cabin, I just feel sorry for him. And he's super horny.
Hey, I'm Ronnie next to my co-host, Mark. He just wheeled in to talk about some things today. Yeah, you're right. And he was horny. I mean, well, maybe he wasn't horny. Maybe that's why that girl was throwing herself at him. And he was just like, I'm going to play this Game Boy right here because ain't nothing I can do for you unless you use a Game Boy.
That's right.
I don't know. Well, I knew you would pick somebody, and I'd put that picture there for a reason. One more time to the chat. Let's see. Pat said, okay, hold on.
Oh, Allie has a great point, Ronnie, and we're going to change our mind about the sexiest guy.
Tuesday in Texas, Undertaker lost the title, Bud. Done Blake's he's doing Blake's Tito's dong functional. You be the judge. The dong is functional. He's got to be able to impregnate to adapt. Pat says, I'm old school. I still love Sackhead Jason. I love Sackhead Jason. I love the look of Sackhead Jason. I understand that they were doing the Town That Dreaded Sundown gimmick, but I think there's a valid argument there that the Sackhead Jason is more menacing looking than the hockey mask. I think an argument can be made for that because it's the fear of the unknown of what's underneath that mask. Chris wants to know why I call him a magician. It's the fantasy part of it, Chris. It's like fantastic. There's always
it's like the only one too. Like during vacation, Ronnie, I encountered a magician, and he called himself the one and only. So, he kind of has that gimmick too, the one and only Chris Fantazi.
I'm glad Allie brought this up. Allie, whenever we do our 5 hottest guys from the Friday 13th franchise, we're not going to use the remake.
It wouldn't be fair.
It wouldn't be fair because it is filled with hunks. And I mean, that's just it. We're going to leave the remake out. Everybody knows that Winchester, Sam Winchester is the hottest thing walking. Not only is the dude like 6'5", he's got the hair, he's got the face, he's got the body, he's got everything. He's the total package, Blake. He's Lex Luger in real life.
He really is a total package. You're right. Matt agrees with me. He thinks Scott's the best looking.
Even the jerk, he's hot. The only thing in there that's not hot is the Asian guy. I mean, I don't even know what's going on. Okay, let's see. I think I missed one.
I'm in a chair, bro. Michael, why are you in a chair, dude? What happened?
I think he's saying he's in a wheelchair.
What happened? Does your dick work? I want to know. That'll give me my answers about Mark.
Look at that. Look at Chris says at court, the dude getting rode in part 6 is the best looking.
Hey, Travolta, the Travolta nephew.
If you're in a chair, what happened, man? Tell us. Let's see. Shea Bahar, Randiest character might be the girl with the one that sprays herself. He may be right there.
Or, Bud, is she doing the thing where she knows Mark can't take advantage of her? She's playing it safe by picking Mark as a partner.
Teasing him?
She's never gonna have to have sex with him. You see what I'm saying? It's like the girls that I used to be friends with in high school. They were friends with me because they didn't see me as a sexual threat. But it's like that. I wasn't a sexual threat until they fell asleep.
This is why we can't do live streams. Okay, she goes. Allie says it really isn't fair to use that, and then Allie's just commenting on.
Trent. The Trent was the guy from Transformers who was also
Allie. Keep in your pants. Come on now. We know they're all sexy in part 5.
Wait, what is one and only saying? Darren stealing our gimmick?
Love it. You guys got Darren call me. Oh, Darren's calling him a magician. So Darren liked the fact that we called him a magician. All right, Blake. That should just about do it. Nick Push is in here. He just woke up from his nap. Speaking of Darren, Ronnie, we got to do our sexiest guys of YouTube too. You think Darren makes that list? Listen, with the Paul brothers out there, Mr. Beast, do you think Darren's going to slide in there? I think with the accent and the silver fox hair, Darren is going to be up there. He's going to be really high. Okay, so real quick, we'll be back. For a fact, we're back, Jack, next Wednesday for Mac and Me, Blake. Everybody mark it on your calendars. Mac and Me. We're going to review it, whether I have new internet or not. I know I just spent like 5 minutes at the beginning of the stream saying I didn't want to ruin it, but we got to get it out there. Nick's saying that Darren is the most charming YouTuber for sure. Okay, calm down. Right. I think Nick is infatuated. And he Chris is saying it's because of the proper English. So yeah, I mean that's Darren whispering that with that accent in your ear. I mean, get out of here.
Me and Frank are gonna do a best and worst of Leprechaun later.
Think that'll do it for Nick Push? Oh hell, man!
So I gotta go. Something just come up.
Head over to our page and check out any of the content you guys haven't seen. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe if you want to. Hit the notification because every now and then we do go live for just whatever reason. Like tonight, we decided we're going to go live and talk Friday the 13th. We got some pretty decent show ideas coming. We've got a new show format, a new review type show that we're going to try. We want to go ahead and talk about that a little bit, Blake, or just keep it quiet.
Talk about it, Ronnie. Get everybody excited about it.
So we're going to institute a video called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And it's going to be a new way that we're going to try to review movies. We're still going to keep the slideshow reviews, We're still going to keep everything else we do. This is just another way to talk about a movie in a fashion for people that can't sit there and watch long form 35, 40 an hour, videos. So it's exactly what it sounds like, and we'll get into it when I actually do. We'll talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of a movie, and hopefully it works out. And if not, we'll abandon it very quickly. So we're kind of excited to bring that. We did do something special for the first 3 channel members that we had, Blake, Jet, Darren, and Michael. We gave them a special perk since they were the first ones to invest their hard-earned money into our channel. Instead of them putting in a request for a movie review and us drawing out of a hat, we are going to review any movie that they chose. And we're going to do it specifically tailored for them. So Michael Dammit chose Clue from 1985.
Never seen it.
I've never seen it either, Blake. We're going to review that. And we're going to get that out there to Michael. And that's just us showing our love to him for showing love to the channel. Jet Vanian suggested that we do a movie called Any Which Way You Can. And after researching that movie, I guarantee you Bud knows this movie. After researching this movie, it's a sequel to the Clint Eastwood movie with the gorilla, Any Which Way But Loose. So we're reviewing a sequel to a movie we've never seen. And we're going to get that out there for Jet. And Darren suggested his request was that me and you sit down and review 1978's Dawn of the Dead. So we're going to review all of those movies specifically for those members. Okay. And we're going to do it in good, bad, and ugly style for those and see if the style works. So if you guys are interested in seeing those movies, join the membership if you got an extra couple of bucks, watch the reviews, and then you don't have to renew. For everybody that got a free membership tonight, thank you for being here. Check out all the content, get interactive, talk to us. And what am I leaving out, Blake?
I don't know. I missed that whole thing, Ronnie.
You didn't pay attention to any of that?
Once you started talking about all the extra work we're going to have to do, I kind of zoned out. Wait, so these people that got the memberships today, are they going to request movies too? I got to go to work.
Well, here's the deal. Everybody that got memberships today, gifted to them, they're under the perk that we offer everybody. Suggest a movie. We'll put them all on a wheel. We'll spin the wheel on wheel.com or whatever, and whatever it lands on.
They can spend the night.
Yeah, they come over and they spend the night with us. No, whatever it lands on, we'll review that particular movie. And then every month they get to keep suggesting movies, and we keep adding movies to the wheel or the jar to pull a name out. So there you go. Yes, Bud, you only get one a month. You get one suggestion a month. Okay. So right now, I guess we could do 50 a month because we only got a few members, but one a month. So that's the way we're going to do it. It's only the first 3 people, Blake, that came out of pocket, like Michael, Jet, and Darren, to show support. That
you need to put on their rules subject to change too.
Well, always rules are subject to change, Blake. I grew up on wrestling. And the card is always subject to change. There will be no popcorn, Allie. You have to bring your own popcorn. Great question, Chris, about Patreon. You too get to request any movie you want. And Chris, just for you, since you've been a Patreon member for like 3 months, and
you're the one and only.
Wait a minute. What am I talking about? Chris requested Commando. We did Commando specifically for Chris, and he's talking about what about Patreon? You get one a month too, Chris. And since you're the only one posting stuff on Patreon right now, you pretty much get one review a month, particular to you, because there's nothing else there. I always said you guys should do Kentucky Fried Movie.
Never seen it.
The only thing I remember about Kentucky Fried Movie is there's a spot in it, and I don't remember the movie hardly at all. I just remember one gimmick they do where they cut to like a newscast and it goes, "Piss in your popcorn, news at 11," or something like that. Because
that's true, Chris. We do love you, brother.
Well, yeah, Chris, you're great. Michael's great. Look, man, everybody in this chat that came out to talk to us tonight, you guys are all great. Anybody that takes the time to come and watch us do this ridiculous crap, we appreciate it, and we love all you guys. And that's really from the bottom of our heart. We really mean that. We absolutely mean that. So for Blake, I'm Ronnie. See you guys later.
Crystal Lake. Get excited.